It's Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow them.
What? Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Good morning, Vietnam. I made that up myself.
Hi.
I'm Robin Williams, and this is the movie Good Morning, Vietnam. I also made that up.
I'm Tim.
Well, Tim, welcome to the Bid Podcast Network. My name is Mikey Tim, and this is the headliners. We are very sleepy. It has been a long weekend, and I didn't really watch the news because you guys were stressing me the fuck out. So I went to the Asian market, and I ate mochi.
I watched the news.
It was good. Good fucking green tea mochi. Oh.
Green tea, that does sound good.
Actually, I'm going to go enjoy one right now. Tim, say hello to the people.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me put the, I'll do the thing with the thing and the other thing. Hi to the people. Hold on one second. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'll say hi to the people in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Billy's in the chat.
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
SG. K with an onion in the chat for Mikey. Muttley. Billy. Russell.
Behold.
Ooh. Mochi is such an odd consistency, but it's so delicious. Oh, we Shaza in the chat.
I'm not a booger eater, but this has a consistency of boogers.
So a quick production note, actually. I will not be here tomorrow because it's the wife's birthday, and she demands that we celebrate her birthday for some reason.
What part of a seat at the dinner table is not a celebration of her birthday?
So I did go to my local UK store earlier today, and we're going to record a dinner table episode of me eating some of the foods that were suggested in the poll that I put up, plus some other ones that I found. So keep an eye out for that. Become a member, because we'll just put it up for members only early, and then everyone else can watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw this too. I was watching it. Gary Stevenson's on LBC on their YouTube channel, taking questions and stuff.
Who's Gary Stevenson?
Noob.
I don't know.
He was I think he was like a trader, and then he like really like cracked a bunch of skulls early in his career, and he's like our age. He's worth like disgusting sums of money. And he's like, this system is broken. If I was able to make this much money and I didn't really even do anything. So
the rich telling us what to do with ourselves.
No, he's all about taxing. He's like, put the fucking tax back on.
Yeah, but
they're gonna steal everything if they take.
So is Warren Buffett. No one listened to him.
Yeah, well, Warren Buffett's an old dude. This guy's cool.
Oh, I see.
This guy's got an Instagram.
You gotta have the cool guys, the cool
kids.
This
guy's got look, Tim. I don't know why the liberal in you is hating everybody who's on your side right now. He is an ally.
Who says he's on my side?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I have watched his content. He's on our side. He's got the right. He's pulling in the right direction. He's rowing in the right direction.
I don't know. He sounds like one of those abundance guys you're all on about.
Yeah, you know what's funny? He never said, "Hey, let's just let go the regulations for fucking corporations. Why don't you drop their taxes while you're at it?" That's Republican, and you can't trick me by saying, "Well, we're gonna build low-income housing." Sure, you will.
Right, but a rich guy saying you shouldn't have let me make all this money.
He said
is
the
sort
system's
of
broken. I shouldn't be able to do this. Here's how we
right, but
fix
he
the
already
system.
did it. The problem is he already did it, and he's reaped the benefits of that
It's
already.
gotten worse.
Now he's going to tell us that he shouldn't have been allowed to do it.
Yes. Isn't that honest?
No, it's hypocritical. He
So if
already
you're-
did it.
How did he already do the thing that you're mad about?
He
When you don't
he
know
already
the
gamed
guy.
the system. He said I shouldn't have been allowed to game the system, but I
He
did
was-
it anyway.
He's saying that the rules as written allowed him to get all of that. And
Right.
he's saying the rules should be changed because he should not be able to get all that. He only worked in
Right.
those venture capital firms for like a few years, and now he's doing everything he can to tear them down.
Oh, he's still a venture capitalist.
Oh my goodness.
Private equity.
Oh my goodness.
He's not a good guy.
You can
He's
become
he's the
a
1%.
good guy.
He's the 1%.
Oh my
He's not a good guy. He became rich and then was like suddenly he has like feelings about morality about becoming rich.
In his
Where were his
defense,
feelings before that?
he was on a lot of drugs back then. So
Well, that's
was just
also
doing
not
coke and
good.
making
He was
money.
Elon and now he's not Elon.
wow, you're calling him Elon? See, this is the okay. So, is there any way someone can redeem themselves in your eyes, or once a billionaire, always a billionaire?
Once a billionaire, always a billionaire. Like billionaires shouldn't exist.
But okay, it's a little late for that, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. But this guy saying, I made all this money, I gamed the system, I shouldn't have been allowed to do it after he made the money instead of before he made the money is fucking hypocritical.
So in 2001 and 2, you were like, yeah, fuck billionaires. Or were you like, there's a billionaire? Yeah, there's like 2 or 3. Like, this is a different time. He's like 40-ish, maybe early. No, he's got to be like mid-40s. Probably like 44-ish.
Okay, but my question is, how did he make his money?
I will grab the thing.
Because if he just made his money through venture capital and fucking private equity, then I don't care what he has to say.
You UK people, give me a quick rundown in the chat about Gary Stevenson. I'm gonna try to find something about it. It says here. Okay, go over here.
Because if he's out there working for fucking Goldman Sachs, it's not.
He was born.
his
He's
point
born
for
in
development.
'86. Tim.
All right, he's my age.
Yes. Born in Ilford, London. Studied economics and mathematics at London School of Economics before becoming a financial trader at Citibank. Stevenson became a millionaire in the wake of the Great Recession by betting on a large increase of economic inequality and that growing poverty would cause interest rates to stay low. He claims that he claims to have been Citibank's most profitable trader globally in 2011. A claim disputed by former colleagues. In 2014, Stevenson retired from financial trading to study for an MPHIL in economics, MPhil, at the University of Oxford. In 2020, he started a YouTube channel, Gary's Economics, where he campaigns against economic inequality and explains economic concepts to a wider audience. There you go.
So I agree with Muttley. So he made money from people's misery. He made money during the economic recession when the rest of us were poor. At Citibank, which was one of the banks that we had to fucking bail out. He was the most profitable
who
trader.
You telling? Who you telling? And to get that guy, so if motherfucking Darth Vader wants to join our team, you're like, get the fuck out of here, Vader.
Yeah,
we don't need your extreme.
Skywalker first.
He's throwing Palpatines off the fucking cliff every day. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
So because he made his money as a fucking ghoul, he somehow redeems himself when he's like, "Oh, economic inequality is bad, but I profited directly from it." I'm just saying.
Cool. I hope I can have a career for 3 years. And then everybody just be like, yo, that defines your life. Okay.
So did a lot.
Fair.
Like, he's not the only guy. I'm not just shitting on him, but he's one of them. He's one of the people. And I bet you he got bonuses from Citibank for being such a good trader during the economic recession. Like when we had to fucking bail out their bank because they fucking overspent. They over leveraged themselves.
Where is it? Where's his net net worth?
Bella in the chat.
Hi, Bella.
On a slightly related subject, I was helping my local Democratic town committee do some canvassing for our campaign, and we were talking politics. And I was telling the DTC chair, I was like, I don't think you want to know how progressive my politics are, because I believe in a lot of things that people around here probably shouldn't believe, because it's fucking Connecticut.
I believe in completing the marathon, getting to our actual goal. And I will use any stupid Republicans, any venture capitalists, anybody who can be swayed by the convincingness of my voice. I will use all of them to complete my project of getting everybody health care, making sure everybody has enough to eat, and to fight the racist plague that's sweeping through rural white America. Like, that's the goal. If I got to use a couple of billionaires to get there, I don't fucking care. I don't care what kind of ammunition I have to use. I don't care what kind of shovel I have to use to get this job done. It doesn't matter. It's the same.
So Christy says he's trying to make amends by campaigning for wealth equality. He wants to see the wealthiest top 10% be made to pay their fair share back in society. We all have that goal, right? Like,
but he's actually doing it instead of just saying it.
Right. But what is he's out there talking? How much does he get for appearance fees? What is he doing? Like, how much of his money is going back to nonprofit NGOs, stuff like that? How much is he actually giving back?
I don't even know if they have NGOs.
They have NGOs. They're international. Nonprofits are international. They can be.
Well,
like,
are they set up like
World Central Kitchen is international. But like, is he actually putting his money where his mouth is, instead of just going and speaking and saying, "Oh, economic equality is bad"? Is he actually doing the thing he says? What is he actually doing? Is what I want to know.
But it's like, okay. It's very.
No, I just want.
It's just a very high. It's just a very high bar you set for people to amend themselves. But you will take dog shit from bad politicians, and then if I yell about it, you'll be like, "Yeah, that does suck." You have to give people a path to come back.
No,
if you want to cut off the path to come back, this is going to be a smaller and smaller island where we just keep taking shovelfuls of sand and launching it into the ocean. So
here's an example. That's fine. Here's an example, Mikey. I give you lots of shit about your governor because he is a billionaire. Yes. However, he's also actively trying to make things better. He got elected to office.
Yeah.
And he's actually trying to do things. And his policies are policies that progressives should agree with. That's the difference. What is this guy doing actionable?
He's not a politician, dude. He worked at a fucking job. He had a very good interview with James O'Brien, and I think there was somebody else he did it with, maybe Mehdi Hassan. Dude, he was blowing coke up his nose, like all that. Like, he was fucked up. Like, dude, you gotta be compassionate about some people. I get the billionaire trope makes you want to just hate everyone who has that much money, but you have to understand, we want that fucking money, don't we not? And if they're not going to get it through tax, so that we're just going to let billions and billions of dollars just evaporate out of the economy.
I'm just saying, I personally don't want to be a billionaire. Like, I don't
want the billionaire. I want his money. So I need to convince him to invest in things that are good for everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. Is he investing in those things? Is he actually doing that? Or is he just talking about it?
But Tim, people in the chat to yell at him for describing the problem and describing how these people are not doing what they say that they're doing. They're actually doing this as a hey, Paul Revere moment. they're cheating you, they're doing that. So he does that, and you say, well, shut up, you were rich already. Like that's so backwards and unhelpful. If he's out there calling them out, let him call him out without being a shithead because he made money when he was in his 20s. Like, come on, man. Is this it? We just yell at people because they got something in their past?
Well, no, we
like
don't yell at
that.
people because they have something in their past. We yell at people because they did the thing that was the bad thing that we all agreed was bad.
Right, and that's why no one banks with Citibank. And
They're
if
not-
anybody's
because
like
we bailed out Citibank. If we didn't bail out Citibank, then nobody would.
if you work at Citibank, Tim says go fuck yourself. You bail out taking hoe. That's what Tim says.
No,
if you're a janitor
trader
at Citibank, shut your ass up.
Off of the misery of the poor, then yeah, you should go fuck yourself.
Everybody made money off of the poor except the poor. It's not ubiquitous that it's only billionaires that made money in that time. Tons of people, like look at COVID. People grifted the shit out of us. Oh, I'm having those logistic problems, and they were just taking us to the cleaners. They're still doing it. So somebody from McDonald's quits McDonald's and says, yo, the shake machine should work. They're on some bullshit. You're like, fuck you, McDonald's worker. And I'm like, dude, let him talk. Let him cook. He's fucking up his own people.
They do lie about the shake machine.
We encourage
they do lie about the shake machine.
If they're infighting, we encourage that. We stay out of the way and encourage. So yeah, I'm glad. Tim hates you, but Mikey loves you. Keep going, sir.
I'm just saying, if we had a proper justice system in this country or wherever country he was in, he would be in jail for crimes.
He didn't commit crimes. That's what
do you mean?
That's
he
what I'm
commit crimes.
It was all legal, Tim. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and that's why he's saying that the rules need to be changed because he didn't break any rules. The rules are fucked up and stacked towards rich people. He's saying the rules need to fucking move. The taxes need to move. There should be fees on things. Like that's what he's saying. But you haven't watched any of it, and you hate him just because he's rich.
All right, I'll watch him. But if the guy's still a fuck, he's still a fuck.
I've watched several interviews with your fucking agenda boy or your abundance boys, and it's the same fucking shit. And you know what he said in the interview, Tim? He said, I didn't put it in a book because, I was just talking about one thing. And I was like, dude, that's such a fucking cop-out. Like the abundance.
Right, but Mikey, I said that I agreed with you about the abundance stuff at the end. I read the book. I agree with you.
So what are we talking about? You're saying that's
this
abundance.
Fucking guy.
That's
what
abundance.
we're talking about.
It's not the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. It's totally different.
I'll watch it. Listen, I'll watch it. All right. I'm not closed-minded. I'll watch it. But if the guy isn't actually doing anything, just going out there and speaking and has a YouTube channel, what the fuck is he actually doing? Is he raising awareness? We're all raising awareness. Bernie Sanders is raising awareness.
How much do you know about trading on the floor?
I don't know.
And what people...
I don't have an economics degree.
So that's an important thing for us to have on our side.
But he's talking about policy. I know everything about policy. He's not doing anything to change policy.
I don't know if he's not doing anything to change policy.
Like that's why I say JB Pritzker is a good example. He got involved. He's doing something. I'm not saying this guy has to be elected governor of a state, but to change policy, you have to be a policy maker.
So you want him to run for office?
Yeah, he's got $1 billion. Why the fuck not?
I mean, but so if I work for a company and I outperform my peers, and then I leave the company because I don't like actually how this is turning out, Tim says I have to run for office to fix my wrongs.
Something actionable.
$10 super chat from K. Odds are this guy is just a Trojan horse. There's such a long history of the Berg co-opting left,
bourgeoisie,
the bourgeoisie, the bouge, co-opting left talking points and redirecting them into their own purposes. I encourage everybody to just check out the thing. Let's see what Christy says.
I'm gonna check him out. I've done a lot of judging in the last 20 minutes, and I'll watch it.
Hold on.
I'm sure I'll agree with what he says, but his past indicates that he was a ghoul.
Here we go. He joined the Patriotic Millionaires and Millionaires for Humanity to campaign for wealth tax and set up the YouTube channel Gary's Economics with the mission of explaining economics to a wider public. Yeah, fuck him, right, Tim? He also signed an open letter to the Chancellor Rishi Sunak, urging him not to reduce child benefits for the poorest and tax the wealthy more.
That's better than nothing. And you're right, Mikey. I do have a high standard for people because of what Kay said. Because the left is often co-opted by fucks and ghouls who just want to put out a message that would appeal to us and then fucking turn on us. You know, there's always a heel turn down the road for some of these guys.
This is how I kind of took him in.
Right. But he was a successful trader on the backs of people losing their houses.
That is his fault individually. You're right. Anyway.
It is. It's a moral failing of him. If he had been a successful trader not during the recession, then fine, whatever. But he was a success. He made his money probably trading fucking mortgages that were subprime. And he fucked people over. Citibank was one of the banks that did that.
$10, $2, two British pounds super chat. Sorry, I'm late. Marmite. Dropped the Marmite bomb in the chat.
Citibank wasn't the only bank. It was Bank of America, fucking Washington Mutual. What was that other one? Many banks that went out of business. Citi was one of the too big to fail banks.
Again, in this time and in this moment, we do not have the luxury of being picky. We grab everything fucking edible and we put it in the fucking basket. You feel me? So whether it's like if there's a little chunk of corn and some bear shit, guess what we're eating? We're grabbing that corn and we're eating it because we are starving to death and we are on the literally on the precipice.
Did he get visited by 3 ghosts?
I don't agree with what he did as a trader. However, he has seen the error in his ways and is now trying to make amends, just like Scrooge did at A Christmas Carol. No, Scrooge was unredeemable. And for him to be so like our age, you know, born in '86, a well-rounded '80s baby. This is kind of important.
To end this, because I don't want the entire show to be about this. My thoughts about millionaires and billionaires is that too many of them have tried to co-opt a progressive movement only to turn on them at the end. Many of them also politicians, not necessarily bankers. So I am heavily skeptical.
Give an example.
Millionaires and billionaires who have Elon.
Okay. Is Elon on the left or the right?
He said he was on the left until he said he was on the right. He was progressive until Trump said he's not.
When was he progressive?
Before 2016.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No,
he said he
wasn't.
was. He was a registered Democrat.
So because he wrote on the paper he was a Democrat, I'm supposed to believe him. He is the same fucking dude he's always fucking been. What is everybody talking about? Like he just
he didn't outwardly project that. He was all about environmentalism and blah blah blah.
He never cared about any of that shit. He wanted deals. And only thing that's changed between
Elon
Elon Musk
that out until later.
If you fucking followed him, you would know that. Elon has never been that dude. He's been lying for project after project after since like 2012. He's been lying about projects that he wants to get done so he can take investor money. The only difference between him then and him now is that he does a lot more drugs. He's the same fucking asshole. He's never grown up.
$5 super chat from Tim Ballum.
5 British pounds.
5 British pounds. American banks sold a significant amount of subprime debt to European banks before the 2008 financial crisis. We paid.
And Dark Lord Greg, $2. Greatest weakness of the left, we have principles. I get it. But you got to get your hands dirty sometimes. And if we have to use dirt to clean this up, then we use dirt to clean this up. It doesn't make sense at first, but it will work. It's an oil spill. We got to put that sawdust on there.
It becomes insidious. It becomes insidious.
Bro, even if he tries to turn on us, all we want him to do is put pressure on other billionaires and multimillionaires to pay more in tax. Let the man cook. Why would we get in his way and stop him? And I'm not gonna talk like
I
if
mean-
he's doing something to make things better for other people, even though he's done bad things in the past, let him cook.
I'm also saying, I also said at the beginning that Warren Buffett said the same thing. Nobody fucking listened to him. He's one of the most powerful guys in the stock market.
Now, who's worse, Warren Buffett or Elon Musk?
Elon Musk.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that Warren Buffett is a good guy either. I'm just saying that there aren't enough of them for the rest of them to care. And they're all in charge of the politics anyway. We have the most millionaires in Congress we've ever had. And most of them are conservative nutbags.
Right,
So,
because they want to keep their money.
So how is one guy gonna fucking, unless he directly influences elections, like Elon did, how's one guy gonna fucking, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like,
but so reaching out to people on Instagram and YouTube and telling them about economics and informing them about how this all works is a net negative, you're saying then, or neutral. It doesn't matter.
it may not matter. How many fucking people have tried to explain economics to people and they don't care. The regular American does not care about economics.
If only somebody who had been there could tell them exactly how this impacts their life. Because when he goes out and he says like, yeah, they were getting bonuses while they were cutting all your shit. Like they were deliberately doing X and then telling you Y so that they could keep Z. Like he's doing that. He's exposing.
There's a movie about it and nobody cared. The Big Short.
I don't.
We've been telling people for 2 decades now that the banks took your money and ran, and then we gave them more money. They took that money and ran too.
Yep.
And nobody cared. Nobody was prosecuted.
Right. And that's bad.
Well, he's 2 decades too late.
Okay. Do we want to check out this Cash Patel thing?
Yes.
He's being yelled at right now.
Yes.
And my kid just woke up, so I gotta.
Area of my questioning during your confirmation hearing.
We miss Cory
The
Booker.
Bureau plays a central role in
Miss
enforcing
Klobuchar?
federal firearm laws.
Oh, go all the way back to like Klobuchar. She's good, right?
Trends like machine gun.
Oh my God,
conversion
Lindsey
devices are
Graham.
lost or stolen.
We can't watch the whole thing, but
You
I was trying to.
FBI would enforce
I wish they
firearm
wrote
laws
that. Oh God,
fully
not
and
Grassley.
fairly.
not Grassley. Grassley's just gonna kiss his ass.
I was gonna talk that
Continue to see
one word a
rise
minute.
lost and stolen firearms reported by federal licensees. Can you point to any measurable enforcement results like arrests, not just arrests, but also prosecutions or task force expansions since you became director?
I'll get those to you, Senator.
Ooh, I'm rantastic.
Today,
No, I'll get the full list to you.
you came unprepared today to respond to questions which you knew were important, going back to your confirmation hearing. Now, the Bureau has warned about the public safety threat posed by machine gun conversion devices, which convert semi-automatic weapons to automatic
Bump stocks.
Can you at least
Oh, that was Cash talking into his mic. I was like, "What'd you say?"
reference what resources you're dedicating to this threat?
Absolutely, Senator. Part of tracking ghost guns, as you alluded to, is having a sustainable database, which is hubbed out of our CGIS division in West Virginia. And we've allocated more resources so that FFLs can track and trace firearms that are stolen and make sure they don't get into the population. That's one of my primary concerns, that we don't want stolen weapons anywhere near anything.
The numbers continue to go up as reported by federal licensees. Let me get to my next question on this topic. You previously stated that you hadn't reviewed Fix NICS, a federal law that improves reporting.
Hey Tim, you want to take over the thing? I put it in the private chat.
Okay.
I gotta go get her. That little
Yeah,
stinky butt was up for. We had to wake up at like 8 to go to the doctor, and then we went to the Asian market, and then she stayed up until 8:30.
100%.
She just woke up.
You're currently 83%.
Cranky ass girl.
Those being responsive in less than 60 seconds. So we got more
Do you
work.
think additional resources would be helpful in getting to 100%?
Okay, I can
Or
probably
that
turn the
less
volume up on this a little
resources are
bit.
necessary to get?
I can. I might enhance it a little bit too. We'll do that.
From 93 to 100.
No, I just think we have to work on how fast our actual infrastructure processes these things.
On to a question about resources. The FBI's core mission is to counter terrorism, espionage, and major criminal threats. Now, recent large-scale reassignments to immigration enforcement or politically motivated investigations cause me concerns that other critical missions are being neglected. One example, in March of this year, you created a Tesla-related task force.
A Tesla-related
And
task
personnel from
force?
the domestic terrorism operations section to work on that task force. What risk analysis justified that decision, and do you still consider domestic violent terrorism to be a lower priority?
Any form of terrorism, domestic or international, is the highest priority at the FBI. And
But
when
why
you say
divert resources away from those missions?
I don't believe that's accurate. We did not divert resources away. When cars were exploding and people were being set on fire, I directed resources to address it.
I'll suggest in your follow-up, and we can make this more explicit in our questions for the record, that you provide the
I feel
accurate
parched from
information about the
ranting.
diversion of resources, because again, when I understand that you authorize large-scale agent reassignments from counterintelligence and cybercrime to not just immigration cases but others, it has an
Yeah,
impact
that
on
was,
other priorities.
I
like
want to say
nation-state threats
March,
and ransomware
March-ish,
investigations. Moving on to
when Elon was doing all the
different subject
fucking
areas.
Doge stuff.
Safeguarding our elections is a core FBI responsibility. The public needs confidence that election security work is driven by facts and free from political influence. Mr. Director, do you agree with Attorney General Bondi's decision to disband the FBI Foreign Influence Task Force?
The disbanding of that task force did not in any way reallocate or take away resources.
Is this
from that
still
critical
quiet?
mission
It
set.
still feels
So then how are
quiet
you
to
mitigating
me.
the risk
Let
of
me know in the chat if there's
actors
not enough volume
interfering
going on.
in U.S. elections heading in?
As I've
2026?
highlighted through our cyber programs, which have seen a 40, 50, 60% increase in arrests for cyber threat actors looking to not just harm our critical infrastructure systems, but also interfere in our elections. We've had multiple arrests this year of individuals who are interfering in that process.
Did the Department of Justice's Election Integrity Task Force seek statewide voter lists and
Yeah, it's
driver's
quiet.
license data?
I'll turn it up.
I can't speak for the Department of Justice.
You're a member of the Department of Justice.
I can
Did
speak
the
for the
FBI play a role in those requests?
Whatever request that we had pursuant
Hey, where'd my volume go? There it is. Voice boost.
to the department's direction were provided
So then you can speak
for the
to
FBI.
those actions.
For the FBI.
So you can speak to those actions.
For the FBI.
So what role did you play in those requests?
Whatever requests we get from the department, I don't have those details in front of me. We provide whatever requests they have.
Have not
It must
many
be the AP's
details in
video.
front of
It's
you,
very
and A lot
quiet.
of the questions come from this side of the aisle. So I do hope that there are substantive and accurate responses to our questions in writing. In my time left, Mr. Chairman, I just want to call out a couple of observations. The director before us has tried to explain, I won't say explain, tried to explain how he doesn't need another $500 million to do the job. And specifically that even if the FBI had an additional $500 million, it would take years. I think he referenced 14 years to fill the vacancies. But in the meantime, relying on partnership with local law enforcement to fulfill the mission of the Bureau. As we've discussed in other hearings and in other committees, by the way, given this immigration mass deportation agenda of the administration, the FBI is not the only one leaning on local law enforcement to do the job.
Oops. All right, let's see what Amy Klobuchar had to
to the
say.
core when little kids were shot down through stained glass windows in Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. And while the victims weren't politicians in this case, they were 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds, the manifesto that the shooter left behind was political. But in the words of your own federal law enforcement, this person was an all-purpose hater. Went after Blacks, Hispanics, the president, Muslims, Jews, nearly everyone. And this happened during the first mass of the year for these kids. They were excited to see their friends, meet their new teachers, and 2 children, 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel, 10-year-old Harper Moisky, were murdered. 21 other people injured, some of the kids, 18 kids, severely. Fletcher was just starting 3rd grade. He loved his family, his friends. He loved fishing and cooking. In his dad's words, any sport he was allowed to play. Harper, the other child, we celebrated her life this Sunday, thousands of people. Her parents described her as bright, joyful, and a deeply loved 10-year-old whose laughter, kindness, and spirit touched everyone that she knew. We've heard the words of young children who were saved because 12-year-olds laid on top of them, or a kid with disabilities who was paralyzed, whose teacher pulled him out of the wheelchair, threw him under the pew, and laid on top of him. We do thank the local FBI director and the local U.S. Attorney's Office for their work in both of these cases, the Hortman case and this. But I did want to focus on one local law enforcement moment that I'm not sure has made with all the news going on in Minnesota. When the first 911 call, and you've heard about other places where this waited and waited, the first 911 call was made at 8:27 a.m. The first officer was on the scene just 4 minutes later, local Minneapolis police, at 8:31 a.m. The Chief O'Hara, shared with me the actual numbers. Listen to this. Over 20 people were in ambulances just 14 minutes, all of them, after the police got on the scene. 14 minutes after the first call. Tourniquets, stretchers, and they got them all to Hennepin County Medical Center or Minneapolis Children's Hospital. And I think it is worth looking at what happened there, because one of the dads whose daughter was severely injured, still in the hospital, that I met on Sunday, told me that there is absolutely no way his beautiful daughter would have survived if police hadn't been there. So it is worth looking at for all of us. So my focus on behalf of these parents, because I promised I would do this on Sunday, was just to figure out how we can do anything to stop this from happening again. So expanded background checks, ghost gun bans, every shooting is different. Raising the minimum age to purchase assault weapon, even if we're not going to ban them, I favor banning them. But that's one idea that's out there when so many of these shootings are people who are 18, 19, 20, 21. The one at Annunciation Church was 23. Both shooters in Uvalde and Buffalo had just turned 18 when they purchased the assault weapon ban. I'm not saying any one of these things would prevent every single shooting, but I really ask everyone to look at these. We also need to tackle social media, and I really did appreciate Senator Graham's questions. I think we have to protect free speech and not engage in censorship. But for years, I have supported repealing Section 230, which was made when these companies were little companies starting up in garages. And I think it is one way to get at making this better environment online. And
Person is, I have a
violence.
feeling guns and puberty
So
is not a good
my
mix.
first question is on the assault weapon ban. Do you think that would be helpful in reducing gun deaths?
Nobody
directly?
under 21 is allowed to own
Senator,
or use
if I
a
may, I
gun
want to answer the
and
question.
then tested to own one.
Thank you for your remarks. Especially it relates to my friend Charlie, and I share and relay my remarks.
Oh yeah, Cash Patel and Charlie Kirk were good friends because they were both fucking podcasters before he became director of the FBI.
My sentiments to you. Minnesota has suffered untold tragedy in these last few months, and whatever creativity we can use to eliminate even just one shooting, one horrific death, I am in favor of engaging with.
Stressed me out. I had to get some matcha Oreos.
Know what will eliminate it in its entirety, but I'm willing to engage and explore new ways with you, Senator.
I blame the stress.
And so
I told the chat that I was quite parched for being so ranty.
assault weapon ban. What do you think?
Senator, I think there are instances on this legislation that could prevent future attacks, but I'm not going to weigh into the creation of legislation.
Could you also look at, and I favor just assault weapon ban not getting these guns in the hands of people that shouldn't have them. But could you look at the numbers on the
What are they
ages?
talking about?
Yes.
Because
So, Senator Klobuchar was talking about possibly, if not banning assault weapons, raising the age to own assault weapons, saying that the Uvalde shooter and I forget what the other shooter she was talking about had just turned 18 when they bought their assault weapons.
Yeah, went to the gun store like a week before.
Yeah. So she was talking about ways to create legislation to, if not ban assault weapons, then to at least raise the age of owning guns or assault weapons, particularly.
What does it matter? They don't even have a law to say that if you have kids, you have to lock your guns up.
Yeah, and
I mean,
Kash Patel's like, oh yeah, we'll listen to all ideas, but I don't really want to comment on specific legislation.
Typical.
from 18, even going from 18 to 21, which wouldn't have prevented the shooter in Annunciation Church from purchasing that gun. He purchased several the same day. Over 100 rounds were fired from the assault weapon through the stained glass windows. So if you went up to 25, it would have stopped that immediate purchase and probably saved the lives of these kids. But if you go to 21, that is the same age that already applies to purchasing handguns from federally licensed dealers. So I prefer another approach, but I was hoping that our Republican colleagues would at least look at that, given Uvalde, Buffalo, and some of these other mass shootings, trying to be practical, but thinking that it could make a major difference.
Oh, Chrissy says, would it be useful if I provided UK firearm regulations for comparison? Yeah. I mean, our gun laws are always going to be way looser than the UK because we have so many.
And we have states.
And we have states, unfortunately. And, we have the Second Amendment. So, what are you going to do?
We have a constitution and a federalist republic. So.
And the Supreme Court said that, that Second Amendment is pretty airtight. It's pretty, you can own a gun whenever you want.
Like, I don't know why everybody, like, this is so fucking obvious and so fucking easy. Big screen me time. Hey, remember when the Black Panthers used to march with their weapons and then suddenly LA banned assault, California banned assault? Just start carrying too. And it makes them uncomfortable and then they change the rules. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But by just saying, no, guns are always wrong in every situation, play their stupid game. Stop trying to use illogical people.
Yeah, yeah.
What they going to do when the drag show's sitting there with an AK-47?
Right.
Well, I don't know if these drag shows should be having guns. Why? It's their Second Amendment. Well, we should probably, I'm going to change the law so that you have to do this and this to have a, yes. Yes, stupid. Yes, stupid ox, pull the plow. Make the stupid ox pull the plow.
Is it the bin podcast at gmail.com or bin podcast at gmail.com?
The bin podcast at gmail.com. If you ever want to write us something, questions, comments, concerns, topics for shows, that's how you do it. Or links. We'll take links.
Or links.
But yeah, as soon as them Panthers started walking around with AKs, it was like, no, we can't have guns. That's wrong. Guns are wrong, y'all. Don't y'all know guns are wrong? This is how you change their mind, is by doing what they're doing. They don't like it when we do what they do.
That is accurate.
Like as much as the blacks are stupid and poor and ignorant, and they'll never come for anything. Why don't you go in their neighborhood and take them out? I have a thing tomorrow and I have to wake up. I'm just saying.
So I was briefly listening to Jon Stewart's podcast. He had JB Pritzker on, and they were talking about when Dr. Phil showed up
for ice.
With ice. Like, did they go to like any minority populated neighborhoods in Chicago?
I got a couple people.
But like, were they like Dr. Phil? Obviously, he's a fucking grifter.
What? No, he's a trained law enforcement. Oh wait, he's a therapist. He's just.
But
I don't want to say just a therapist, but
But they
he's trying to
didn't-
do things well past the
Yeah,
scope of a therapist. So I need to remind him he is just a therapist.
he asked Trump if it was divine that he didn't that he made it
Yeah.
through his assassination attempt.
Yeah, fuck Corey, who was in the stands, got clapped in the face with his kids. But yes, you, Trump, were saved.
I'm just saying was
And hey, yo, remember Corey? They don't
Yeah.
remember Corey.
they
You know
don't.
what I mean? Like Corey is just like, shit sucks, brother. They don't even talk about him no more. Or I think somebody else brought it up. They don't bring up the shooter in Butler.
No, they don't.
Trump has
They
never
don't.
said his name.
Trump couldn't pronounce his name correctly the once, so he never said it again.
He just doesn't say it. He doesn't even bring it up.
He used the dude as a prop at the convention a few days later, mispronounced his name, and now just references him as the guy who died in Butler.
Just saying.
Yeah. But I'm sure Dr. Phil didn't show up in any neighborhoods that were too heavily armed, is what I was saying.
I think, look, if they're trying to intimidate people or they're trying to, just be irresponsible with their guns and leave them in the house, and they're fucking stupid kid that they don't raise and they leave on Discord and Call of Duty and you know what I'm saying? Like, you leave your kid in these toxic fucking places, they get hyper vigilant or hyper radicalized, and they do stupid shit. We've known about this since Columbine.
Yeah.
And for some reason, no one has figured out that the smart thing to do is to lock the gun up so the kid can't get it. Well, what if I need an emergency? How many home invaders have you killed?
Right.
Well, your guns killed people, and it was at the school down the street because you didn't lock your guns up. I think they should retroactively go back and prosecute all those parents. Like, it needs to be a lesson. A lesson needs to be learned. Do not leave firearms where children can get them. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
The number one cause of child's deaths in this country is fucking guns, not cars.
It used to be cars.
It is for most adults, it's cars. Not disease. Not a wild antelope running them down. Like, it is none of those things. It is their parents didn't lock their guns up and they died because of it.
Yeah.
So unless we want to get serious about prosecuting people for not locking their shit up, what's the point?
Yeah, there should be a law, like that. If you have a gun, you need a gun safe, and your gun needs to be in the safe.
Because if you're they can even have that extra layer of Fourth Amendment protection. You have to purchase a safe, and if nothing happens, then we don't have to. But if something happens with your gun, and we go to your house and we look at that safe, and it's still in the package, brand new, you ain't never used it. Well, there you go, buddy. Have fun in jail.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this shit. You want to put in motherfuckers for coming over here on asylum papers, and then you want to lock them up while they're waiting on their court case because you fired all the judges? Oh, hell no. Take all them out, let them go back to work, and all these motherfuckers who were irresponsible with their guns, they can go in. We got space.
There's plenty of space in American prisons.
Hey, it just might be a whole bunch of more white people in there than they're used to. Lock your guns up or go to jail.
Yeah.
Strengthening background checks. Could you also look at that? And then banning ghost guns and bump stocks. What do you think of that?
So, Senator, you're talking to my heart here on one of the core missions at the FBI, which is our CGIS facility in Winchester, Virginia, which is our hub for our NICS checks, our NCICs, our capabilities on when we have, I think it's 19,000 state and local community law enforcement come to us for these background checks. We're trying to make that processing as fast as we can so we can get them real-time information.
So why did you fire everybody?
You have a 93%.
Yeah, that was a question that was asked to him. And I think it was Senator Padilla. It was like, if you fired all these people and you don't need this money, then why are you so shit at your job?
Like, we just really are processing all of the things with office.
Yeah.
So you need workers at your office. More would be better than less. Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, good luck trying to spin this dog shit they got you doing.
And they were talking about he made that like Tesla task force to stop all the Teslas being set on fire and whatnot.
It was like
And
3.
yeah, and Senator Padilla was like, so wasn't that diverting resources away from your primary? Like, he was like, Cashfell was like, oh, at the FBI, our most important thing is terrorism, blah, blah, blah. And then Senator Padilla was like, yeah, but you created this Tesla task force and diverted resources away from that mission.
Exactly.
And Patel was like, no, that's part of the mission because, setting Teslas on fire is terrorism.
No, it's not. It's vandalism. Get a fucking dictionary or a thesaurus. Everything is not terrorism.
Yeah, just before we came on the show, the judge in the Luigi Mangione case threw out his terrorism charge because what he did wasn't terrorism. It was murder.
How about
terrorism?
How about occupying the streets with troops? Is that terrorism?
Right. I mean, throwing a sandwich at a guy's not terrorism either. We found that out too. So
it's hero behavior.
It's hero.
15 minutes as it relates to ghost guns, but we can do better.
All right, well, just if you could get back to me on all those and talk to the White House.
this
Threats
House or
against
Senate?
elected officials have
Senate.
increased
always
exponentially.
forget.
Members of Congress received more than 9,000 threats last year, up from 1,600 in 2016.
Damn.
There's been a lot of
Damn.
talk about the rhetoric.
Wait, go back. What was that number? Holy shit.
Year up from 16 received. Threats against elected officials have increased exponentially. Members of Congress received more than 9,000 threats last year, up from 1,600 in 2016.
Jeez.
There's been a lot of
Whoa. That's like a 400% increase.
Yo, keep telling me Trump is the guy of peace.
Yeah.
From 1,600 to 9,000.
That's a lot.
And
When
you
I
over
was-
here like, yo, let's get these Teslas.
When I was working for Congresswoman Delora, I believe I remember that she did get one in the mail while I was there. And it was this like crazy fucking dude. And they're like, yeah, he does that. And we keep an eye on him.
A what? A death threat?
Yeah. But it was in the mail. Like, I'm sure she gets them through like the email that is provided and the constituent comments and all that. I didn't see any, but was checking the mail one day and there was one. And they're like, and the staff was like, yeah, we already know about that guy.
These are the same motherfuckers who refused to call Dylan Roof a terrorist.
Yeah.
That was the one who they went and got his ass fucking Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
After he shot up the church full of old black people doing like Wednesday Bible study or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
they were
yeah.
super friendly to him. They invited him in and he just started shooting them. And then they went out and got him lunch because he was running and he was tired. And yeah, like this is why I'm the fact that Charlie Kirk is getting way more attention than that is crazy. These supposed to be Christians, mind you.
Yeah.
These supposed to be Christians.
I have been watching the news all weekend, and the hero worship
is crazy.
Is insane.
It's crazy.
Every major outlet. Everyone.
Yeah.
The only people that I've seen that have been like, nah, bro, are like Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah, Zateo.
And some more news.
So with that being said, Tim, that's why we take whatever fucking partial ally we can, use them for what they're good for, and extrude them out of our buttocks when we are completed with them. We don't have to become them. We don't have to love them, but we have to use them. Because I mean, between the genocide and this, I have never seen a complete gaslighting of 340 million people in the last 2 years. Like everyday gaslighting, everyday propaganda, everyday bullshit, every day. And then they want to look in your face and be like, yo, hit the link down there. And what the fuck?
The vice president was on Charlie Kirk's show yesterday, like doing his show for him with with Stephen Miller.
I heard this is how he tries to get his 2028 campaign off the ground.
It could be. It could be. If he assumes Charlie Kirk's role, I'm not going to put anything else into it than that. And with these people, if he's like the next in line for whatever that is, it could be. But also, like Stephen Miller was out there vowing revenge, and I think that's the thing that people need to start worrying about, is that this is a real problem. It's a call to action for the right.
Oh yeah. And what was the first place they got threatened? All the HBCUs
and the DNC
and the DNC, all the way across the country, opposite side of the earth from Utah.
Yeah, I saw that over the weekend. Was it like 4 or 5 of them, right?
7 were in lockdown.
Jeez. And it's like the beginning of the semester, too. It's only a couple weeks in the classes.
And they didn't have shit to do with it.
Yeah.
They was all in class. Why are you threatening them? But this is the thing. It's racism, y'all. It's right there in front of you. These dudes are clearly, they don't like other races.
And for some reason,
and that low key, I think that's why what's his face isn't gonna make it as the candidate.
Oh
he got that Indian wife, bro. I'm telling, they do not do brown people at all. A brown first lady, not a like they don't like us at all. They're not going.
And, unfortunately, I saw this clip on YouTube. Bill Maher agrees with us that on Friday night, we didn't know fucking anything about the guy. And he had Ben Shapiro on his show, and Ben Shapiro was going on about how this guy's a left-wing ideologue. And that he had something to do with trans people. And Bill Maher was like, wait, shut up. That's not true. We don't know anything about this guy. Like, you can't say those things, Ben, because they're wrong, because we don't know anything. We don't know. Like, on Friday night, nobody knew that guy's background.
Right.
And there was conflicting reports about who he was and what he did and what his political ideology was. And Bill Maher was thankfully sane in that moment.
Partially.
He had a moment of lucidness, and he told Ben Shapiro to shut the hell up. Which was
can't find it. Honestly, dude, I was trying to scrub through it. His voice is so fucking grating. I had to stop. I was like, the juice is not worth the squeeze.
No,
oh boy.
No. And I think HBO would have a problem with us running that clip, but yeah, so there's very few voices out there saying that Charlie Kirk is not a national hero, and he's not. His politics were bad. He didn't deserve to die, but he was not a good person.
They already knew that. But that's the other thing. But hold on.
Goddamn national hero.
But that's not their value system. Like, you have to translate it into how they see things. They are trying to say, like, oh, he was a man of God. He was this and that. Because what do they normally say after somebody's shot? Drug dealer, high on PCP, high. So they're just trying to get out in front and put their labels out there, because reflexively they have to play defense against people who haven't even said anything. So they're pumping him up like he's this great big thing, because they need a great big thing. Because it would be really fucking embarrassing if all these gun-toting gun nuts were getting clapped up and then coming out the next day and doing the same thing, because the rest of them Republican speakers are like, I'm not doing no public event.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro was like, shut that shit down. Them Nick Fuentes motherfuckers have been after me for years.
Yeah.
They've been threatening him for years, doxing him and his kids, following him around, harassing him, screaming at him every time they find him in public. That's Nick Fuentes' group. He ain't no leftist.
Yeah.
Y'all over here looking at the HBCUs. You need to be going to the Groyper headquarters.
Oh yes, I learned the term Groyper over the weekend.
But that's like 2 years old, 3 years old.
Well, I didn't know about it till Saturday.
Boomer.
But yes, there is a difference between like what people think is going on and what's really going on the right.
And then also this is like, and you guys have probably seen in your post, All these people are suddenly religious.
God damn it.
Thank you.
Oh, Iris Sweet also posted Happy Aortic Dissection Awareness Week.
Whee! The man they couldn't get. Told Beth to suck his dick several
damn it.
times. What are you doing over there?
Clicking buttons.
I don't know what you're doing.
I like all the buttons.
Just kept pressing the same two.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You.
Oh, there we go. I was like, what is he trying to do? You just keep putting up the same chat things. That's funny.
Not respecting the business.
You're right.
Yeah, I didn't know what a groper was. Susumi. God.
But this is the same dudes that are online, right? Like we played Halo, we play Call of Duty.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same dudes. It's the same. Mira, cabrón. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same. So I'm not getting fooled.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's just the mainstream media, all of it. You name the channel, and they are all like, oh, Charlie Kirk this, blah blah blah, and it's nonstop coverage of the dude that they captured, and what the scrutiny of that guy's life.
Right.
It's. And everyone's going to take their own talking points from that guy's life. The right has their talking points, and the left has theirs about what this guy was all about. And the fact that they're spinning the guy into whatever they want is crazy. There's no way that anyone's ever going to get the truth out of this.
I think the truth is already out there, and it's fairly simple. It was a school shooting. He is no different than everybody else on that campus. It could have been anybody. And the roommate is cooperating with police, and the guy is not.
Right.
Everybody's cooperating except for the guy. And then you're like, that's the left. Bro, he's y'all. And y'all are not doing what you did for Dylan Roof for him. So he's confused. Because they said, Laura Loomer said that homeboy betrayed Trump and stabbed him in the back. He thought he was on y'all's team. This is why we told y'all to lock your shit up. And this is why we told y'all to check on your peoples.
Right.
And y'all didn't do it. Y'all out here with your own rhetoric on your own side, threatening each other. And then one of y'all gets hurt. What did you think was going to happen? We haven't even said shit about y'all. We over here trying to get these fucking deportations down and protect people's rights. We over here doing our whole other shit. When nobody worried about Charlie Kirk, he's annoying. We avoid him.
And when Trump was asked over the weekend about the Minnesota House Speaker who was assassinated, he's like, "Who?"
He couldn't even remember her name.
Never heard of him. Why didn't you lower the flag for them? Trump was like, I don't lower the flag for everybody. If we lowered the flag for everyone, it would never be up.
And he was like, oh, well, no one asked me to do it. So if they would have asked me, I would have did it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Governor Walz did ask him. But he refused to take Governor Walz's calls.
They've been saying since before they caught him, they were going to give him go for the death penalty. Right. I bet you they don't do it now. I bet you they don't do death penalty now that they found out it was a Utah white boy.
A Mormon.
I bet you they don't. I bet you the governor's like, God put on my heart to let this boy just sit in jail forever. And then we'll let him out in 5 years when you guys aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
They're still trying to claim like trans stuff too.
The bullets were trans. The gun's trans. That dog down the street is trans. A trans person mailed me this envelope and it's in a building 5 miles away. Like, they want this so bad, but guess what? There's no evidence, Brody. It ain't there. Be mad as you want to. Even the NRA was like, yeah, you can't take guns away from trans people.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not rocking with that. They buy guns too, damn it.
Oh. Let me see if there's anyone else that spoke that we want to.
And then we should probably talk about the UK. UK, y'all all right over there? Y'all need some brothers.
Yeah, what's going on?
Y'all are out there letting I don't even know. The Proud Yobs. They're not the Proud Boys, they'd be the Yobs. Y'all got Proud Yobs out there. There was 100,000 deep. Y'all let 100,000 Proud Yobs march on y'all shit. Got motherfucking Elon Musk calling in from Skype. What the fuck?
Oh, here was an important bit from the Cash Patel thing. Senator Chris Coons.
FBI agents help you tackle violent crime and address our national security issues.
Just to put it in perspective, Senator, sorry, I mean, find a way to shut
Proud
down.
Chavs.
There's nothing I can do at the FBI to force them to shut it down, but work with you in Congress to find a way to work with our partners to get that shut down permanently.
Senator Coons.
Thank you, Chairman
Josh Hawley,
Grassley.
gross.
Thank you, Chairman, for calling this hearing. I'm grateful.
He don't flip 3 times.
Maybe long tradition.
He don't flip sides 3 times in 6 months.
Director Patel, thank you for being here. There's a number of issues I hope that we can speak to. I want to start by reading something you said to me during your confirmation hearing under oath. I have no interest, no desire, and will not, if confirmed, go backwards. There will be no politicization at the FBI. Then you looked me in the eyes and said there will be no retribution actions taken by the FBI.
We covered that.
That again.
We did.
I'm concerned that that's not what's happened. That since you took over as director, you've cleaned house or forced out senior leaders across the Bureau, in particular targeting those that worked on investigations of President Trump.
What?
Former acting director has just sued you for firing him for political reasons. So did a leader in the D.C.
That's a
field
real
office.
shame.
And the well-respected leader of the Salt Lake City office was pushed out last month.
Salt Lake City what?
Short-handed at a particularly difficult
Salt Lake
time.
City, Utah?
I'm worried that these actions compromise.
So you mean the Utah FBI lost its head?
Yeah.
Hundreds of agents have resigned. You are lowering application standards to fill vacancies. You've reassigned large numbers of agents to work on immigration and street crime, issues other law enforcement agencies can handle, perhaps more effectively with the FBI. But I'm concerned that this compromises the Bureau's ability to address national security risks, uniquely its capability. In fact, you've shut down the Office of Integrity and Compliance, which makes sure that agents act in a lawful.
Yo, we don't need no integrity. We're going
away from domestic terrorism investigations. Exactly at a moment, I think we are all concerned about it. I also have to ask, you came before the appropriations.
I didn't know Trump felt how I was in Missouri. I'm from Missouri.
$500 million budget cut for
Missouri.
the FBI, literally an effort to defund the police. I am grateful for the work of.
What are you showing?
It. Show it to me.
Show it. Show what?
It. You know what I'm talking about. You just start showing me stuff and I'll let you know what it is if you got it right.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Just start from the top.
Oh, you mean
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
The men and women of the
is
FBI.
it that it?
Yes. How did you know?
Great work this year in Delaware, partnering with the Dover Police Department to support human trafficking victims, partnering with the Middletown Police Department on armed robbery and carjacking. And it's urgent, I think, that we fix the direction and the prioritization within the FBI. And I wish we could focus on those efforts today. But I'm seeing an FBI leadership more focused on social media.
Muttley, I hear you, man. That's unfortunate.
Than on fighting crime. Director, have you ever ordered that an FBI employee be terminated?
It is a very unfortunate name. It's rough.
Just change it.
Because he or she worked on an investigation into President Trump.
Senator, thank you. One quick correction for the record. There's 280 NV investigations. I gave the incorrect number to Senator Hawley. Thank you.
Understood.
As far as a lot of your statement, I disagree with it, and I'm happy to address it. But the only way, generally speaking, an individual is terminated at the FBI is if they have violated their oath of office, violated the law, or failed to uphold the standards that we need them to have at the FBI.
So those who say that they've been fired because of working on investigations into President Trump are lying or misrepresenting?
Well, those matters are alleged in litigation, which is ongoing, so I can't comment on those specifically.
Could you comment on?
Okay. So
Disingenuous or even disingenuous.
So I'm not a body language expert or anything like that, but I watch a lot of like the behavior panels. Can you run back those two answers back again?
Yeah.
So like I've been hold on. So I've been watching them like answer stuff, and normally it's very shifty. It's very he's doing the snake charmer, they call it. He is locking eyes with the person and he is doing his thing. There's no recall, like down left recall, or he's not trying to think of something creatively. He's not doing any of that. No, those people were fired because they were not.
He already knew what he was going to say.
Mm-hmm. And he is locking eyes, but he doesn't do that any other time. I know his one eye be doing this shit, but be doing his own thing. But if you watch him, he is not answering a question. He is trying a line of bullshit, and he is staring at that person because he needs to gauge how that person's reacting so that he can turn or steer the lie. And I don't think Coons, I mean, we don't see the reverses of like each other, them looking at each other or whatever, but maybe he wasn't getting the response he wanted. So he just stared at him because he's awkward and he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Are lying or misrepresenting?
Well, those matters are alleged in litigation, which is ongoing, so I can't comment on those specifically.
Could you comment on why you fired former acting FBI Director Driscoll?
I can't because it's ongoing litigation.
Could you say?
And notice he's not blinking at all.
Both that the rank and file agents who were assigned to work January 6 cases will not be terminated because that's what they were assigned to do?
I've said it before and I've said it again. Your case assignment, as I was given case assignments when I was a young prosecutor,
blink
dictate your career or your termination.
Thank you.
Still hasn't blunked.
The appropriation.
Still blunking.
You testified before the subcommittee on which I served, defending the president's request that we slash the FBI's budget by about $500 million. The day before, you testified the opposite in front of the House.
Which FBI director says, I want $500 million less, please? You know what I mean? Like you guys are not even making this a believable fucking lie at this point.
Mikey,
we do not have unlimited money in the United States.
Please, sir, if you could just cut my budget in half, that would really make me happy. Like what? They beg for it. Like every department wants more money for their department.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be running out of shit. You don't want to be having to wait for extra special approval because you didn't have money on your own. Like they all want enough money to run their departments adequately, except for this guy who's like, actually, that is way too much.
We don't need that much money.
Where is that money going?
Senator Graham earlier said, if you're requesting more funding for more agents, let us know. We're nearing the end of the fiscal year. In front of the committee on which I serve here in the Senate, your request was for a reduction of hundreds of millions of dollars. Where are we?
Where we are in the budget cycle is we at the FBI are in support of the president's budget, and we are in support of eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. We've already identified tens of millions of dollars of duplicative contracts that the FBI was spending on software and private sector engagements. We've also identified duplicative workloads. So we are transitioning those folks out of doing the same thing twice over and into the field. And that's my focus right now. And the move of the FBI headquarters is also going to save the FBI $3.5 billion in the American taxpayers. So we're focused on eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. And as I told Senator Graham, I'll go back and talk to my team, and if we need more, we'll let you know.
Are you planning
plenty
any
of things are
additional
bad and wrong,
reductions
but
in
it doesn't
force
make them fascist.
No.
I have no idea what the question was.
Graham, I'll go back and talk to my team, and if we need more, we'll let you know.
Are you planning any additional reductions in force?
Can they even do that, Tim? Don't they have to have their budget together?
Yeah, they should have had it together at the end of June.
And then then that's their funding for the year. And
yeah,
then next June they get to ask for more money.
For them to ask for additional money in the budget, the Congress would have to pass another law.
Right.
They'd have to pass an amendment to the budget or something like that. Like the budget process is done.
You're getting what you got.
Yeah, the senator here says the fiscal year ends soon. He's right. The fiscal year ends at the end of September, which is why they had to pass the budget by July so that money could actually be allocated, because their fiscal year right now, it ends at the end of September because of the continuing resolution that made it till the end of September.
Right, because we had to bump it back.
Right. So after September, after October 1st, that's it. You can't request any more money.
When was his first hearing? Was that like 3 months ago?
It was back in May and June.
He still ain't got a budget. He's like, I'm just going with Trump's budget.
Yeah. He doesn't know. He doesn't
know what he's doing, man. Like, this is like, I don't understand why people want to argue with us about this. You know what I mean? Like, there is no way to argue that this man is competent at the job. He is fucking it up. All of the agents that have been there for decades, which is mostly Republicans, they're dudes, not no blue-haired trans liberal. These are just FBI agents. Boring, stiff, strict, those dudes. They're all leaving because they're like, this shit is unsustainable. This guy this manager has no idea what the fuck he's doing. I'm not staying around for this shit. And he's going after the people who were doing their jobs. Is that your plan on saving money? Is like, I'm so terrible at the job that people just quit?
Well, and you heard all the answers he couldn't give because he's being sued by so many people.
Right.
For wrongful termination. Right. So he could put fucking Dan Bongino in as fucking deputy director.
I got to be here at 6.
He's like, this job is hurting my relationship with my wife because it's a real job.
Because it's called work.
I have to be here all the time in this office.
And Cash keeps bringing food from home. he keeps microwaving chicken tikka masala in the microwave. It's 9 a.m. What the fuck, Cash? Like, I hate this. I want to go home.
And I was like, Cash, enough with the curry.
Yo, you gotta wear shoes in this bitch. Sick of it. Stop clipping your nails at your desk, dog. It's not okay.
Yeah, my favorite is Dan Bongino's like, I don't know how much longer I can do this job. It's too hard. It's a real job.
In an office. Boy,
you
ain't throwing bricks. Like, calm down.
I can't see my wife whenever I want.
Neither can everybody else because they're at work. Like,
they all have, like, listen, we know this podcasting thing is not a real job.
Sure it is.
We're not putting in, I don't put in 40 hours. Do you put in 40 hours? I don't put in 40 hours.
I might. There's been times where I put in like way too many, and then I was still working at the grocery store. So
yeah,
sometimes you do.
All the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on and editing and whatnot. But like, I mean,
we're not on air for 8 hours a day.
My wife she's at work, but if she wasn't at work, she could burst in that door at any moment and be like, Tim, what the fuck?
He misses that. He doesn't even get that anymore. He's got to get up to get his own Coke Zero now. Cash keeps drinking them out of his mini fridge, and Cash says he didn't do it, but he fucking knows he did it.
I had to label everything in my fridge so that Cash would stop drinking it.
He drinks.
Those are my protein shakes.
It says Dan on a piece of tape on that Coke Zero on his desk right now. Started buying flavors he didn't like. And the farting. And the farting. He just farts so much.
He comes in the office. I'm like, Cash, listen, you got to get some fiber in your diet.
We got to crack a window in here. I can't breathe. It's like it's a green cloud, and I can't even see my monitor right now. I can't even tell what's happening.
Dude, do that out in the hall.
Excuse yourself.
Director.
No.
How many vacancies are you currently trying to fill within the agency?
In terms of the 1811 ranks, there's a few hundred open vacancies that we have funded. And so we're filling all of those with our hybrid 1811 program and our new recruitment program. And I think a lesser amount of IAs and SOS.
So
they're trying to blend ICE and ATF and FBI agent into one job. That's a terrible idea, because even with 3 separate departments, shit was getting past them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at fucking not Utah State, whatever that college was. Utah Valley State, Utah something Valley.
I think it's Utah Valley University.
Utah Valley University. And I mean, the FBI should have been in all these chat rooms. They're in most of these things already. Well, they used to be, but they infiltrate these groups. They were the ones that previously put out the report that right-wing extremism, political terror, is the number one threat facing the country. That was literally his department. And they found that out by infiltrating these Groyper groups and these Oath Keepers and 3%ers. They went in and actually joined those discords. They got in there and then they arrested people. They were literally finding them left and right. People were getting boxed up left and right. And I would fucking put it on the show because that shit's hilarious to me. I think it's great when the people who try to weaponize the government against other people accidentally get swept up by the government. That's just
right.
Mwah, chef's kiss. But that none of that is happening now, apparently. So I guess we're just assumed to be safe from all of the domestic terrorist groups because Kash Patel's firing everybody because I'm going to make ICE agent or FBI agents, ATF ICE agents.
Right.
Great. They'll be able to respond when they're not anywhere near the people doing the shit. Cool. This will work.
In the fork in the road offer, and you have vacancies, but you're requesting 500 million less. How does having fewer FBI agents help you tackle violent crime, address our national security issues?
Just to put it in perspective, Senator, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If we had this 500 million, we've done the math. It would take us 14 years to onboard every vacancy that's on the books currently at the FBI because we can't hire these folks and train them overnight. It's a years-long process. So we are currently focused on recruiting the best and filling the positions to the best of our needs.
I'm sorry. His answer to why you don't need this $500 million is it's going to take too long to use it.
That is probably.
I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
What the fuck? Like, that is like the worst. Play it again. Play it again. Play it again. Oh my. What?
We've done the math.
Requesting 500 million less. How does having fewer FBI agents help you tackle violent crime and address our national security issues?
Just to put it in perspective, Senator, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If we had this 500 million, we've done the math. It would take us 14 years to onboard every vacancy that's on the books currently at the FBI.
Pause.
We can't hire the.
Are you doing them one at a time?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Do you have one trainer for all the positions and they have to do it like 6 weeks and then 6 weeks and then 6 weeks and that's 14 years? What the fuck are you talking about? What job has a 14-year training process?
Here's the problem. They only have one HR person. So they can only have one person doing the paperwork at a time.
And they take vacation. They're very highly tenured.
Yeah.
So they're only going to be working like 35 out of the 52 weeks. So then there's holidays.
They don't have enough HR people. 14 years. He's saying it's going to take 14 years to train all the people necessary. Maybe if you didn't fire all the fucking people.
Again, you can't train more than one person at once.
Right.
What is the academy for then? Is the academy just one single person? Is that how they just take one pupil at a time?
They have to take every class, one class at a time.
Yeah. And then all the other teachers just sit there and wait. Like, what is he talking about?
So he's saying because it's going to take so long to train all these people, we don't need the money to train them because we can't do it in time. Why should we try?
Why should we even start training them? That's such a weird lie. Because it doesn't even help him in whatever he's trying to say.
I don't get it, man.
Like, if he just came out and was like, yeah, I wanted a slimmer FBI. That's an answer. It would take too long to train them? That's crazy.
We don't need FBI agents because it's going to take too long to train them.
Who the hell has time for an FBI? What the fuck?
Isn't it just like training a police officer with extra steps?
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long to go through the police academy.
I didn't know Quantico was a 14-year fucking graduation process.
Right.
They never put that in Silence of the Lambs. I didn't know that she was on year 13 at Quantico and was finally ready to fucking like, this is a bad lie, Cash.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Terrible.
You can't say it would take too long. As if money makes everything go slower instead of faster.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up how long does it take to complete.
I'm gonna guess 2 years. And it's very intense.
Oh boy.
8 weeks.
You are way over, Mikey.
6 weeks.
5 months.
Okay. So he thinks that 5 months. Oh my God.
Are they training one person every 5 months? So it takes 800 hours to complete basic field training at Quantico.
Right.
And then there's also specialized trainings that you can take after that, right?
Right.
Let's say it takes you a year to be trained in whatever specialization you want to be in as an FBI field officer. You know, if you want to be like, you know, if you want to be cyber terrorism or domestic or whatever, doesn't matter. So let's say everything takes a year for you to be trained as a field officer. How many people are they only training 14 people? Do they only have 14 vacancies? They're only training one person at a time?
I solved it. I solved the puzzle. He wants all the ATF and ICE agents trained as FBI agents. He wants them all to be universal.
I see.
I think that's why he's like, I don't need the money because we're going to take all the millions and billions of dollars that ICE just got given. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the point. Diz says he fired the most senior FBI agent in Utah.
Yeah. He fired the deputy director of the FBI, who was the second most senior person besides him, so that Dan Bongino could have a job. And now he's being sued by all these people who he fired without cause.
Well, I asked her if she was a loyal person, and she said no.
Like, these guys are hollowing out government, and now when they're being questioned about how they're so terrible at their jobs, they're like, well, we don't have enough people, we got to hire them, and I don't know if we can hire them all in time.
I said no to the money to train and hire them because it would take too long to train and hire them.
They wonder why, like, ICE recruitment, they have to open up ICE recruitment to whatever age, like 80-year-old ICE agents, and they have to open up the requirements for FBI, make them looser.
We should go work for ICE and get fired.
It's because you fired all the people who were doing those jobs.
All right, guys, we're doing a convoy today. Where are those 2 trucks going? Sorry, we're lost.
Does anyone know how to use Google Maps?
Guess we'll just get back on the expressway. All right. You two get out of here. You're fired. Oh man, do we get to keep our 50? I think it's up to $50,000 signing bonus now
for an ICE agent. Yeah, and they get what, 60 grand a year?
Yep.
I think way back we were talking about this because they were doing budget hearings, and who was the representative? It was a guy who you didn't like. I forget his name.
There's only so few people, you know. It's very
he was a Democrat and he was making good points, but he's got a questionable past. I forget his name. Anyway, he was
white guy. Southern drawl or Midwestern drawl?
Midwestern, I think.
Midwestern. We got, I mean, in the Senate, probably.
No, in that he was in the House.
Oh shit, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he was making the point. It's like, oh guys, hey, I know where we could cut something in the budget that we can all agree on. Why are we giving these ICE agents $50,000 signing bonuses? Maybe they only get $25,000 signing bonuses, and we could save half the budget. And he was making a lot of good points about where you could cut budgets and that where they're overspending on all this and law enforcement stuff and ICE agents. And like we found out that fucking ICE blew its budget. and they had to give him an extra $150 billion or some shit like that. And now fucking Kash Patel is over here asking, not asking for more money, but saying that he can't hire people.
It's coming up. That was Holly.
No, it was Holly?
Yeah. Oh, no. It says he praises them. Never mind. Still scrolling.
But Cash saying it's going to take too long to train people is fucking wild. Moskowitz. It was Moskowitz.
Oh, okay. He's a New Yorker.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But he was saying that, if you wanted to save money, I know where to start. Neil? It could have been Neil.
It was Neil.
Was it Ollie? I bet it was Ollie.
We know it was Mark.
Oh, it was definitely Mark.
Hi, Ollie. Ollie just showed up.
Ollie, we weren't talking about you at all.
No, but Tons was.
Tons was, for sure.
These folks and train
You know what you did. Don't play coy with me.
Years-long process. So we
not a years-long process. It's a year-long process at most.
It's a 5-month-long process. Less than half a year.
are currently focused on recruiting the best and filling the positions to the best of our needs.
You had the best and you fired them.
Even if we had this extra money, wouldn't be able to hire them overnight. We're looking for where the need is greatest, where in the country we need to send them, and how we can change the training requirements, which is why I'm thrilled to have police officers. They might not have a college degree, but they got the street smarts and the cop smarts to become FBI agents. And that's what
man.
Yeah, that criminal justice degree that those FBI agents need, it's kind of important.
A little. It's just a little important.
Because the fucking cops are a bunch of fucking asshole burnouts from high school who like were left guard and now they have a fucking micro penis and a testosterone problem. Like, dude, we don't want them in the FBI. Nobody wants them in it. We don't even want them as cops. People just can't fucking figure out what to do with them, and construction sites won't take them.
Like saying. Because I've seen the job postings for FBI agent, right? You do need a college degree in criminal justice or related field, at least the bachelor's. At least the bachelor's.
So it doesn't take 14 years. I don't know. Maybe if you guys stopped shooting so much and read a fucking book every once in a while, you wouldn't have a fucking problem finding agents.
Now they've lowered the standards. Will take any cop.
Yeah, grown up droogs. Like these dudes are like fucking. I have a certain guy from high school's name, but I don't want to say. He might still be around. I think he might be gone. I thought for sure he was going to be a cop. He had the personality type. He had everything. He's an absolute dickhead. Absolute dickhead. All day, every day. For no reason. Just insecure in his skin, bothering everybody. You know what? Let's put him in charge. Let's put them in the FBI. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
Guys who lie under oath and get put on the Brady list so that they can't, or the so they can't even fucking testify in court anymore. That's a thing.
When you testified in front of the CJS subcommittee, we talked about this issue. You told me you were in favor of reauthorizing FISA Section 702 when it expires next year, so long as the reforms implemented last year, reforms like better training for agents and real consequences for inappropriate searches of Americans' communications were maintained. You also said that you had some ideas about how to make Section 702 better going forward. Can you give me an update on the FBI's implementation of these reforms and the direction you think it should go?
Absolutely. I think you're referring to the query process, and if you're not, let me know. But any instance of abuse or mistakes that were made in the query process have now been changed. It used to be you can make multiple mistakes, continue to access the query data.
Run it back. He's blinking again because he's not lying.
Absolutely. I think you're referring to the query process, and if you're not, let me know. But any instance of abuse or mistakes that were made in the query process have now been changed. It used to be you can make multiple mistakes and continue to access the query database system. I've changed that. If you make a mistake, you're immediately sidelined, a review is conducted. And if it was an actual mistake, i.e., there should have been S on the end of that name and there wasn't, then we put you back in. But we have to review those matters. So that's happening. And if there was an intentional mistake, you have no more access to the 702 query system and its database. So we've also done an audit of the entire 702 system and the query databases. And now we are nearly 100% of the audit. And I think we found one or two, I'll have to get back to you, quote unquote mistakes within that system, which are currently being reviewed.
Thank you. You had told me in May that you'd send me updated statistics about the Section 702 searches of Americans' data. I haven't received it. When will I get that?
I'll work with my team to get that to you, Senator.
No date.
Okay, but when? Just saying I'll work with my team to get that to you, Senator, is a non-answer. He's saying, well, whenever.
And he was in the FBI before, right?
He was, I believe that he was a prosecutor, actually. He referenced that he was a prosecutor. Let's see.
I thought he was like an FBI guy, because wasn't he already like a deputy or something like that?
He might have been a field agent. Let's look at what his wiki says.
Because come on, man, like there's no way he's this bad. Like, dude, you're an FBI agent. Like he's an agent. Like that's disappointing.
He was in this order: a public defender, a federal prosecutor, a House committee aide, a national security aide, chief of staff for the Secretary of Defense between 2020 and 2021. And that's it. And then he was FBI director. And between all that, he was a podcaster.
So he's never actually gone to the academy. He's never done boot camp. He's never gone through. So why is he in charge of, like, come on, man. Like, this is stupid. This is stupid. Like, this guy is clearly just like a boardroom, I can really win over the Zoom call guy. He's not a fucking agent, man.
No, he's not.
Come on, dude.
He's a lawyer, and he's done national security policy.
What the hell does that have to do with the FBI? Jeez, he's like RFK, but for the FBI.
Yeah. And like I said, his last job at the end of the first Trump administration was chief of staff for the Secretary of Defense, which at that point, by 2020, Trump's administration had completely fallen apart. So I'm sure Kash Patel was like just a placeholder like everyone else was.
It's just interesting that like the dude with no medical experience is in charge of health. The guy with no actual fucking training in law enforcement. Sorry, but a public defender is not a law enforcement agent.
No, and neither is a prosecutor.
You know what I mean?
They know the law, but that's it.
Right. That the implementation and the enforcement he doesn't have any connection to. I thought at least he worked at the FBI before. Apparently, no. That's why I was like, he went through Quantico and he's still talking like, no, we don't need no fucking money. Like, what are you saying?
No, he did not.
It's a damn shame.
He also started a foundation, a charity to help participants of January 6th.
Wow.
He started a nonprofit for Jan 6ers. So,
it's because Cash spoke about the FBI and how he destroy it. Bingo, Trump qualified.
Yeah, he wrote a book about it. And he podcasted about it nonstop, how he would fucking close up the FBI building and make it a memorial for FBI agents or whatever.
I told everybody this was a fucking highway robbery at first. When Congress was like, no, you can't sell 122 government-owned properties. Yeah. Like they were trying to gut this bitch, like off rip. They were like, all right, we're in here. Let's do it. They forgot all about the fact that the people may not like that. So they pulled it back or whatever. But yeah, they've been actively trying to destroy this democracy.
Yeah, and they've been weakening all the places that could fight against them. One of those being the Justice Department.
Right.
That's why Pam Bondi's in charge. That's why Kash Patel's in charge. Those people are there to design to be Trump sycophants.
Right.
And to not actively do their jobs. Kash Patel has not done his job. We were kind of watching this because I thought that they were going to question him more about the Charlie Kirk thing because he fucked that up so hard.
Right. I think they're avoiding it and just going after his general failures.
Right. Like he arrested 3 people before they actually found the guy that they were actually looking for.
And that's after he told everybody, hey, we found them. You can stop looking.
So
that's probably what made it last a couple of days.
But he's getting caught up in all this other shit. Like, if you don't need this money because you need less FBI agents, how does that make the FBI more effective? And he doesn't have an answer for it.
I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
I'll have my team answer you.
But this guy he's not put in place because he knows how to run the FBI or any organization, really.
Yeah.
Put in place so he can be a fucking goofy idiot.
And break shit.
And piss off Dan Bongino, apparently.
Stop clipping your fucking nails. Why do they grow so fast? It's chilly in here.
But none of these people are serious people. This is the least serious government we've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
Patel's not a serious person. Pam Bondi is certainly not a serious person. RFK Jr., definitely not a serious person.
No. And I get like a lot of people have like gripes with like our medical system and shit like that. Do not ever fix your fucking lips to agree with RFK Jr. ever about anything. Don't do it. Because as much as y'all are trying to do revisionist history about fucking Charlie Kirk, wait till the rest of this fucking cabinet gets old and dies. I'm like, oh, and RFK made the polio vaccine, and then he parted the Red Sea, and they do all the fucking group delusion hysteria where they want to whitewash somebody's past who's an absolute fucking idiot and a monster. Like these are not great folks. And I don't want to hear no bullshit from Christians about how I need to love and have empathy and do all. Dude, just do your fucking job, bro. What are we talking? It's like everybody trying to fucking get me to hang out with them after the work party. Bitch, I'm not going to the work party. I'm here to work and go home. No, but we should all be one big family. I don't want to be your family, bitch. I want to go home to my family. But they try to put this like veneer of we're all together in this bullshit patriotism. And that lady got shot in her house. This motherfucker was dressed up like a cop. And y'all said that'll teach the left. Like, that's all they said.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers just went and buried their loved ones and took the hate. So now y'all gonna preemptively come after us because y'all dirty little dude got done up. That ain't my fault. And you're not gonna make us cry for him.
And the crazier part is that the unserious people that are fucking put in these positions then hire more ridiculous people. Like RFK Jr. hired Dr. Oz to oversee Medicaid. Kash Patel hired fucking Dan Bongino to be deputy director of the FBI. Like, and unserious people, Pete Hegseth.
Yeah. Literally, like, remember back in the day when you couldn't have nothing in your record if you wanted any kind of public office?
Yeah.
They just said, fuck it. All that shit is lies. I never did anything. I don't know what they're talking about. He sat up there with that whole ass rape case under his belt, and he acted like it didn't exist. All right, bro. Just because you don't remember it don't mean it didn't happen. Cortez sent me a text. He said we should skip to Cory Booker.
Cory Booker? All right.
Said Cory Booker tore his ass up.
Ooh, we got your favorite person.
I want to ask you about the Dobbs decision. So we know that it was leaked in May of 22, and then we had the Marshal Service say we found nothing in January of 23. I find that absolutely.
Yeah. I just want everyone to know.
Well, apparently she's right before Cory Booker.
This is germane to your integrity and credibility.
Never was released. Under my understanding.
Oh, go to the beginning. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. I broke YouTube. I went too far.
With the grand jury, that President Trump had declassified the document.
Can you people up here, so you let us know what tools you need, and I know we've got several ideas that we look forward to pushing forward. In my remaining 2 minutes, I want to
2
talk to your
minutes?
ND
Come on.
sound and
Skippity skip skip skippity skip.
You know.
much for your leadership.
Senator Booker.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Grassley sound dead.
Where we left off last
He's
time.
like 90,000
I
years
asked
old.
you whether you had any knowledge or discussions about removing FBI officials and installing political personnel before you were confirmed to that position.
I hear you, Street Fighter.
I wonder, did you then understand or have conversations with
I heard your Street Fighter.
Oh, I'm not even playing it. It's on in the background.
All I heard was, "Don't do close that." That's why your shit's lagging out.
Oh, there we go.
Eating up all your graphics card. You're
Yo,
so
I
much
got-
smoother all of a sudden.
I got a 9-win streak with Sagat.
intentions to do
I'll
so?
fight you.
Before I was confirmed,
Yes, sir.
did I have discussions with the White House to remove FBI personnel?
Yes.
No.
So you're saying that you had no discussions with the White House before you were in the position about the removal of any personnel from the agency?
As I was preparing for my confirmation hearing.
Hold on. He better be careful because he already said that he would gut it and he was gonna close it and do all that stuff. So he about to perjure himself again.
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
That's why he asked it that way, because you already said it, dude.
We need that. We need the, and that was determined to be a lie.
the Mari Povich.
Yeah.
Involving the type of people that would be employed, and that those that were failing to meet the mark at the FBI would no longer be employed if I
And
were
I'm assuming
confirmed.
that mark had to do with loyalty to the Trump administration.
No, you're wrong.
Okay. I'd like to revisit another subject from that hearing. Did you testify? Excuse me. You did testify before the grand jury that President Trump had declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Is that correct?
I don't have the grand jury transcript. That's why I released it. Whatever it says is the best evidence.
That's what you said to Senator Whitehouse, that your grand jury testimony was publicly released. It has not been. In fact, in July, a court denied a news outlet's bid to get that transcript. But the court said quite clearly that you are free to discuss your grand jury testimony. So I ask you again, did you testify before the grand jury that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified document case?
You've activated my trap card.
That is why I took your invitation to work with the department and the court to have that transcript released. And the transcript is the best evidence of what I said then.
So you're saying right now this committee can have access to what you said before the grand jury?
To whatever was released. Under my understanding, Senator,
So
that the
hold
Department
on,
of
hold on.
Justice
You and I both
released.
understand the law. Let me finish. I understand under Rule 6 of the Federal Rules of Procedure, a grand jury witness, in this case you, is not barred from sharing their grand jury testimony. This is an oversight hearing. This is germane to your integrity and credibility. You know right now whether or not you testified that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Why are you refusing to answer that simple yes or no question right now?
Because
that they were here to, quote, kick some ass.
The premise of your question is inaccurate, and
There is no premise to my question, but trying to get to an order of what is truth or not.
How do you know how do you know what was asked in the grand jury if you weren't there?
Mr. President,
tide goes in, tide goes out.
Is a
Hold
mockery.
on. This motherfucker said, well, how do you know what the questions are? Bitch, you spoke.
Jury if you weren't there.
Mr. President.
That might get sound clipped.
Oh my God.
How do you how do you know what was asked in the
Oh wait. I wasn't ready.
Order of what is truth or not.
How do you how do you know what was asked in the grand jury if you weren't there?
Mr. President, this is a mockery you're making of this hearing and simple questions.
It's a
So let
simple
me move on.
question. If you have
Mr.
a
Patel,
transcript, you
during
can
your
read the question,
nomination,
but you don't have it.
You promised that, quote,
Because
all
you won't
FBI
release it.
Yeah.
will be protected against political retribution. When I asked you, are you aware of any plans or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with the Trump administration, you explicitly said under oath that you were not aware of any plans to punish FBI agents associated with criminal investigations of Donald Trump. I don't believe you were truthful. Firing FBI employees based solely on the cases that they are investigating, their case assignments, is illegal, and you know that.
They
A
didn't
new
even pick
lawsuit
it.
discussed numerous
Right.
times, filed by 3 FBI officials, alleges that you carried out Donald Trump's campaign of retribution, in quotes, against FBI employees for, quote, failure to demonstrate sufficient political loyalty. One of those plaintiffs has been discussed today, Brian Driscoll. Now, we know 20 years of distinguished service to the FBI before you terminated him. Special agent in charge of FBI's Newark field office, where he operated with distinction. Medal of Valor winner, Shield of Bravery awards. He's a patriot. You terminated Driscoll via a letter dated October 8th, 2025.
Please.
And in that letter, you said that you were firing him.
Tim Ballum, 5 British pounds. So New York Times is going to do discovery. Yes. Dump is done. I mean, that's what I hope he keeps up with the suing. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to get deposed, dumbass.
He's so bad at it. For someone who's been a litigant his entire life.
Right.
He's so bad at it.
Yeah, you couldn't possibly know what I said because I won't release the documents. Yeah, I'm absolutely withholding that shit, and I had Pam Bondi jamming up on the other end. So how do you know what the questions are?
Not respecting the business.
I say leak that shit. Go to jail.
Yeah,
go to jail for a year and just leak that shit. It is what it is.
Article 2 of the Constitution. Well, you're not the president of the United States, and so I'm wondering under what authority you were allowed to terminate him.
Ooh.
That matter is under litigation, and I'm not able to discuss it.
Okay, well, discuss this.
Ooh.
You have discussions with Stephen Miller about firing this particular person or about his continuance in the FBI.
Not that I recall.
How often do you speak to Stephen Miller?
Frequently on our Homeland Security task forces.
You frequently talk with Stephen Miller about subjects other than Homeland Security task force issues, correct?
I frequently talk to Mr. Miller about Homeland Security task forces.
That's not what he asked you, stupid.
Has Stephen Miller ever given you his opinions on how to run your agency?
Mr. Miller's interagency operations are invaluable to the FBI. That's what we talk about.
So you frequently discuss your job and your responsibilities with Stephen Miller and Pam Bondi, I imagine, as well.
Absolutely. She's the Attorney General.
Understood. Okay. Donald Trump promised to make us all safer. You have pushed out senior FBI agents with decades of knowledge and experience. In fact, this is the first time in FBI history that neither the director nor the deputy director have any experience with the FBI. You've shifted the agency's priorities primarily to pursue
Another 5 British pound super chat.
Tim Ballum, 5 British pounds. Mikey, he's lost all immunity by bringing this case against the New York Times. He's fucked himself in such a large way. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to have more of it. It's
Y'all
great.
just being numbnuts right now because you forget your own history.
It's like if one mobster takes another mobster to court and it's like, okay, let's go to discovery. like why would you do that?
Donald Trump's immigration enforcement agenda. According to ICE data, the Cato Institute, which is a conservative think tank, found that 20% of all agents have been diverted from their work to assist ICE immigration enforcement. 20%. Part of this operation is the work of mass law enforcement who jump out of cars, snatch people off streets at churches, schools, and their jobs and hospitals. Have there been any FBI agents who investigate crimes against children that have been assigned to immigration enforcement, yes or no?
The premise of what you say is
Have there
entirely
been
false.
any FBI agents
No,
who investigate
no.
foreign domestic terrorism?
You don't get to say the America is not safer under this
I
leadership.
am not saying
America
that.
is
You're
safer because of the work of the
presumption-
FBI.
You're making a presumption of premise.
4,700 children.
Sir,
We have
you
seen 6,000 weapons and
you are not
23,000 violent
denying
felons have
that
been
FBI
arrested.
agents who investigate human trafficking have been reassigned to immigration enforcement. You are not denying that FBI agents who are on the task force that fight against Russian oligarchs have not been reassigned. Public Correction Squad reassigned. People who defend us, defend children reassigned. You're not denying that. I've seen you
FBI
time and
agents
time
don't
again
get reassigned.
attack my colleagues' premises of questions as a way to not answer the question. So let me end with this. I believe you have made our country weaker and less safe. I believe that we are more vulnerable to a major event, and I pray to God it doesn't happen. You've gutted the Bureau of Institutional Knowledge and Expertise. You fired or pushed out seasoned FBI officials, many with more than 20 years of experience, and were working on cases that were critical. You've been purging thousands of serious law enforcement officials who spent their careers keeping us safe, only to lower hiring standards in order to find anyone to replace them. And shockingly, you admitted in this hearing to Senator Coons that it would take 14 years to fill the vacancies at your agency. Many are the result of your purge. 20% of FBI agents are doing low-level immigration enforcement instead of their mission-critical work.
20%?
You've disbanded entire task
20%?
forces.
20% of FBI agents that are left are doing immigration enforcement?
They're not even getting nobody.
Bro.
What are y'all doing?
20% of FBI agents are getting sandwiches thrown at them.
And see, I can't stand Cory Booker, but I'm going to let him cook. I'm not going to be like, you're with my woman. You know what I mean? And like hold it against him.
Are you fucking... I let it go.
I brought it back up.
I let it go.
He's with Rosario Dawson.
I voted for Trump. Therefore, everything that I want to happen needs to happen.
The claws are coming out. We haven't seen each other for a few days. We got to beat each other up a little bit.
Election interference, foreign influence, public corruption. And who benefits from this? Well, corrupt people benefit from it. Criminals benefit from it. Vladimir Putin benefits from it. And it really makes me wonder who you're looking out for. It makes me think we can't trust you as a nation. You swear to release the Epstein files, but now you're withholding the Epstein files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination. Whoops, then you don't have a suspect. You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents, yet you're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI. But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark. No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe, but you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader.
Tons.
And that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the Bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long.
Ooh,
I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you.
Yo, Mikey, you got to hear this.
Sorry. She was like climbing on shit. I'm like, what are you doing out there? Don't jump on the couch.
This might be your...
Cory Booker goes in on Kash Patel.
Get him.
Failing as a leader. And that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to hand the Bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you.
Woo!
You loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you? Damn.
Bro got suplexed through a table.
Cory Booker lit him up. Cory Booker was like, I don't think you're going to be here too much longer.
Watch, now it's going to come out. Kash Patel was in Utah that day. Like, they're just going to, you know what I mean? They'll make some bullshit up.
Oh, boy. All right, Mikey. We got a couple options here. We could
fight each other.
We could fight each other. If the people in the chat want, we could take a small break because I have to prepare the UK foods for consumption. And we could do another live stream where I eat the suggested foods because I won't be here tomorrow. Or we could record it and release it tomorrow.
Let me check something.
It depends on how much time you got going on there, Mikey.
Let's see. We got some emails.
Oh.
Hello there. That's Ollie, not Ollie. Where's my man's?
Billy says, small break, more live stream. I'll have a beer and a smoke.
I'm trying to find the one from Reagan Elite. Because I think I have his show tomorrow, or is it the day after? Because we might be okay. I might just, have to do the show with him. Am I not in our email? Where's our email?
Tim Ballin says, make team at Marmite. Yes, I have Marmite. I'm going to eat it. I also have the Branson pickles.
Yum, yum.
Chrissy votes small break.
Okay, I'm up for whatever. Doesn't bother me.
All right. So we'll be back in, say, 20 minutes. Because some of it I gotta heat up. Because I got beans and toast.
Disgusting. All right, here we go. I found the email. 18th.
Okay, so on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
You're gonna be busy boy on Thursday.
And I'm not gonna be on Unboxed.
Oh, because you're gonna be Reagan Lee shows the same time as our show?
No, his is 8 p.m. UK time. At 8 p.m. our time. Mr. Delvin Cox has sent me an owl requesting my presence. So
okay. I mean, perhaps the boys and I will play some more Chained Together.
Yo, I'm gonna say it right now before did Ollie go back to work?
He already did, yeah.
He was cheating. He was playing by himself. I'm like, dude, we got to solve the puzzles together. He was like 1,200 meters up. I'm like, I ain't looking at your screen no more. That's spoilers. That's cheating. Or Cortez is around. Maybe I'll bring Cortez on, and then we'll do something different. But we're gonna do the food thing now.
Yeah, in like 20 minutes, I'm gonna go prepare it, and then we'll say 2:30 my time, 1:30 your time.
All right, so 26 minutes from now, we will reconvene
for the dinner table.
Did you see our episode? Was we in the chat? I wasn't really looking at the chat, if I'm being honest.
I wasn't really looking at the chat either, but instead of Unboxed on Thursday, we did some Chained Together. So if you want to watch me fuck over the rest of the boys,
he sabotaged us so many times, and I was like, that was on purpose. Just looking at the edge, looking at us, diving off the edge. Like, come on. But we did do some amazing things on that fucking trampoline with the pole, and then us landing, and then the helicopter thing.
Oh my god,
dude, we unwound that, which was I did not think that was gonna happen.
I didn't think we were gonna do that because we were so fucking wrapped around that fucking pole.
The two end people were good. The middle people have gone this way and that way. It's like, oh no. Oh no. I hit the trampoline. Oh God. That was fun. It's stressful, but it was fun.
All right. So we'll be back at hour.
Yes.
With UK foods.
Yes. You know what? Gotta get rid of this onion spot. Y'all always know where to cut me where it hurts, you know.
All right.
All right. We're out of here. We'll see you in a little bit. Love you. Bye. Drinking me.